Hello and welcome back to Campusol TV's home and personal security programme, Stay Safe. Every week we talk about a different aspect of your personal and property security. This week we're looking at personal security when you're out and about. To help us understand more, with me in the studio with over 10 years experience is our local Campusol security expert, Greg Truman. Hi Greg, welcome back. Hi. Who do thieves target?
There's no particular person they'll target. Anybody can be a target for thieves. They will normally go, if you make yourself a target, i.e. if you're wearing a very expensive watch, expensive jewellery, no reason in the world why you shouldn't, but you're more liable to be targeted then.
Right, okay, all right. And people with bags and things like that?
Yeah, people with bags, because obviously there could be large amounts of cash in the bag, passports which they can sell on, cards obviously which they can use immediately if they've got your PIN. So if you're carrying a bag or anything like that, just be wary of who's around you.
Okay. And the pickpockets obviously target these people. So what do they do? How can you look out for them?
Pickpockets, these people are very slick.
Okay.
And there's a very good chance you won't know they've attacked you until you go for your wallet or look at the time, your watch is gone, your wallet's gone. So again, be aware of who's around you. They are very slick. If somebody gets into your personal space, even for a few seconds, take action. I don't mean attack them. Step away, step to the side. If you have to, use your voice, but let them know that you know they're in your space.
Right, okay. And what techniques do they actually use?
They're very slick, as I said again. Some of them will have a bag in front of them.
Okay.
And I've seen this happen. And their arm will be hidden. They'll get very close to you, and a hand will come out from behind the bag and take your wallet, whatever they need to take, something out of your bag. They'll then either put it in their bag or pass it to one of their mates, which will be close by. We've all seen it happen on videos and things like that. It's very well organised sometimes and quite well orchestrated.
Okay.
And sometimes there'll be 3 or 4 of them out there to target people.
Okay.
Just be aware of who's around you.
Yeah. And if you've got your phone in your back pocket, for instance,
the
same sort of thing.
Don't put your phone in your back pocket. We all do it.
Yeah, we all do.
Try and keep your phone on you. An inside pocket, your front pocket if you're wearing shorts. If it's in the back pocket, it can be taken like that and you won't know. So to keep your phone I know it can be uncomfortable, especially for guys, but keep your phone, your wallet in your front pockets, not in your back pockets. It's a definite target for thieves.
Okay, all right.Moving on to shopping, loading shopping into the car.
Yes, this can be, again, these guys are very well orchestrated, and they're normally not just chancers. So they will target you as you walk into the store.
Okay.
They'll follow you around. You probably won't even notice they're there. You're too busy doing your shopping. And you'll go back to the car, and what people tend to do is unlock the car, put the bag on the back seat, the handbag, load in the shopping into the boot. One of them will distract you while their teammate opens the other door, takes your bag. It happens very quickly. You won't know the bag's gone until you get back into the car and your bag's gone and they've gone.
Right.
Just be aware, that's really just coating over the surface of it. When you're in the supermarket, be aware of who's around you, if there's anybody walking with you. When you get to the checkout, if you're paying by card and you need to use a PIN number, guard it. It doesn't matter how silly you look, guard your PIN number. That's very important, guys. I see people do it all the time. They just stand there with their PIN. Anybody, I could read it.
Yeah.
If I can read it, a thief can read it.
Yeah. Okay.
So just be guarded and be careful, because these things do happen.
Right. Okay. Moving on to fuel stations. How do we look after ourselves in fuel stations?
That's another thing, because you're totally distracted in the fuel station. You're thinking about filling up. So as you're filling up with fuel, don't leave things out on the back seats, on your driver's seat or anything. Put everything in the boot until you get to where you need to go, then get it out of the boot. Take that few seconds to put the things in the boot, hide them away. When you walk away from your vehicle, lock it.
Lock it, yeah.
Whilst you're filling up with fuel, I know you're looking at how much fuel you're putting in, but have a look around you. Just have a quick glance around you to see who's around, who's about. If there's anybody hanging around, stop fueling up and lock the car, go and pay. You can always come back and fuel up again. Just be aware of who's around you. Loads of people get targeted in fuel stations because they'll walk in, and while they're walking around the shop, somebody's raiding their car, which they've left unlocked.
Yeah.
Lock it. Just take little steps to protect yourself.
Yeah.
And be aware, again, I'm going to keep saying this, of who's around you.
Yeah.
Honestly, just look around who's around you.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Hugger muggers.
Hugger muggers.
Tell me about that.
Are awful people. They will target you. Again, if you're wearing expensive watch, jewellery, things like that, there's no reason in the world why you shouldn't be able to wear an expensive watch or expensive jewellery. But if, as I said earlier, you are making yourself a target if you're doing that. Hugger muggers will come right up to you, oh, hola, put their arms around you, normally a lady, before you can go, because you're not going to fight a lady off because you don't want to hurt her, but while she's hugging you, she'll have your watch from you, your wallet, and I promise you, oh, they won't get my watch. It can happen.
And do they work in pairs?
They normally work in 2s and 3s. Once the person has taken the stuff from you, they'll either walk away or they'll pass it immediately to somebody else who will walk off. It might be somebody just passing by, all perfectly timed. So again, if somebody gets in your face like that or goes to give you a hug, if you don't know them, don't be afraid to put your hand up or shout.
Yeah.
Don't think you're being rude, because they're going to be rude to you by stealing your stuff.
Yeah.
Again, be aware of who's around you and don't let them get into your personal space. That's your space.
Because it happened to you, didn't it, with your watch?
Yes. My cousin, Wayne, he's, bless his heart, he's a top flight magician, and he's famous anyway. We was at a family wedding, and I hadn't seen him for years. I grew up with Wayne, and I hadn't seen him for ages. So we had a big reunion. We gave each other a cuddle and, you know, had a bit of a chat. And then he said, well, I'm going to mingle. I said, oh, I'll go and get a beer. So I went to get a drink, no wallet. Oh, where's my wallet gone? My wallet's gone. And then he called me, Greg, you looking for this? He'd taken it out of my back pocket.
And you didn't feel that?
I didn't feel a thing. And then he followed it on by, have you got the time? And he'd taken my watch as well.
And you hadn't?
I never felt a thing, not a thing.
Wow.
So he could have been gone. If he was a thief, he could have been gone and had it away. Didn't feel a thing. And I know about security.
Yeah.
You know, they catch you on that back foot. And,
yeah. Well, it happened to me. I had a phone on the table in a cafe in London, and somebody came in and put a piece of paper on top of my phone, and he wasn't speaking English. So he pointed to the piece of paper, so I read it. He was asking for money. I then went to my purse to get some money out. Distraction. I gave him the money. He picked up his piece of paper with my phone underneath and walked off. Yeah. And I didn't know for about 10 minutes. No. I was like, I must put it back. He's gone, yeah.
There's a trick they used to use. I don't think they use it here, but there's a trick they used to use in London. You'd be walking around central London and you'd see a sign saying, beware, pickpockets operate in this area.
Right.
Those signs are never put up by the government or local authorities. They're put up by the pickpocketing gangs. And the first thing you do, without thinking, when you see that sign, you touch your wallet. You see if you've still got your wallet on you. Then they know which pocket your wallet's in.
Okay.
And there might be a gang of 15 of them.
Yeah.
And one of them will target you, and your wallet's gone. But you do it automatically.
You do.
Tap
yes,
your wallet.
you do.
Your wallet's still there.
You check. Yeah.
And I've seen that. I've been in central London where there's been a policeman coming on the beat. That sign's been ripped off and they've legged it. They've gone because it's not sanctioned by government or anything like that.
So basically, anybody can be a target.
Anybody can be a target. Yeah.
Okay.
All you got to do is be. This is a lovely place to live, and I really don't want to put anybody off it because this don't just happen here. It happens in everywhere. Yep. Just be aware. You might be happy, the sun's shining, you're going for a drink, you're going to meet friends, you're happy. Just be aware of who's around you all the time.
All right. Well, that's really good. Thank you very much. It's very interesting, and I've learned quite a few things today. Brilliant. So thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Thank you, Louise.
Thanks very much for watching, and we will see you at the same time next week with more information on how you can feel safe and stay safe. Bye.